Yo guys, Adempting here, back with another video, and in today's video, a slightly different video than usual, but it's about the coronavirus. So, today, it has just been announced the UK is now in full lockdown, so you can't leave the house unless you're going for medicine, one form of exercise a day with 2 people or your family. So, that's going to change a lot of people's lives. So, if you're a runner and you go like multiple times a day, well, you can only go once. So that's a main problem, but at the end of the day, this needs to be done to save lives and stuff like that. And Boris Johnson said it himself. You know, if you look, you know, because the critical thing, like this is what he said, because the critical thing we must do to stop the disease spreading between households. Because if it starts spreading between everyone's houses, the amount of people getting infected, it would just spiral out of control. You know, but by them doing all of this quarantining the whole country in lockdown, it will save lives and stuff, so it's really good. And, you know, basically, one of the main reasons they've probably done it is the fact that people weren't, well, most people were, but there were some people, like, just teenagers that just weren't listening at all to none of the, like, stuff, you know, that don't really care, because to them, they don't really care. So, but, like, if you look, though, he even said it himself, Boris Johnson, the coronavirus is the biggest threat to this country, has faced for decades. And the thing is, it's happening with every country in the world, you know, at least most of them. And, you know, they're all going to eventually get loads of cases like the UK is now, and like countries like Italy, the US, Spain, France, Germany. You know, it's getting out of control in those countries, and they're all starting to do the same things. So, you know, also if you look down some of the other stuff, you know, he said it himself, if too many people become seriously unwell at one time, the NHS will not be able to handle it. Because let's say you have 100,000 people get corona and have to go in hospital, the NHS will overflow. There's already people in there. You know, as well as that, if more and more people are getting infected, you know, people are going to get scared, not want to go to like work, not going to want to, you know, do anything, not leave the house, which means people won't work. Now, at the moment, and they've also closed all stores apart from, you know, like food stores and pharmacies, of course, for like medicine. So, I mean, if you're out and about and you've got, I don't know, like no reason to do it, you know, that they can fine you and stuff, even arrest you in some cases. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a good thing to do. You know, it'll stop the people from going out and spreading the virus, you know. And it's a good thing, of course. It will save lives, you know. And even Boris Johnson said it himself, you should not be meeting friends, which is a really good point. People who are going out to meet friends, that's just selfish, you know. And he even says you should not be meeting family members who do not live in your home, and you should not be going shopping except for essentials. So it doesn't mean like you just go out, but you're only going out to the shop to buy a packet of gum. You know, I think what he means by that is if you're going out to the shop, you're going out to get, you know, the essentials such as milk, bread, butter, you know, whatever you need to live on, pretty much, you know. And also with all of this panic buying, now I get why people are doing it, because they're worried if they have to quarantine, they don't want to run out of stuff, which is a fair point. But people are buying when there's simply no need to buy that much. Okay, fair enough, get maybe the odd few cans here and there, but just don't go overkill, which is what people are doing. You know, especially some of the people, like, you see the video clips in, like, the US, the UK, all around the world, and they're going around with loads of, like, toilet paper, you know, and they've got, like, packets and packets, but we're probably talking 200 rolls. They're not going to need that many rolls, you know, at the end of the day, and they're not just going to stop at that. They're just going to keep stockpiling until they have a house on the sides of the house, realistically, you know. And while they do this, the less people getting infected means, you know, vaccines can be focused on better, a cure, you know, and pretty much, like, people are going to be on, like, the supermarkets, and with all of this quarantine, it should mean less people panic buying as well. They're going to be staying indoors, just using the stuff they've got, which they have enough. Most of the people who have went hugely panic buying will have enough, and, you know, it's very good that he's doing this, of course, and, you know, even other countries that have got really good healthcare, like Boris Johnson said, that they're in danger at the moment as well, you know. Just because they've got the best healthcare in the world, or one of the best, it doesn't mean they're automatically the best, and it's not going to offend, because it is getting bad for them as well. You know, and even he said it, if the NHS gets overwhelmed by all of these people who will be having coronavirus, that means other people with other illnesses that need stuff could die because there's simply not enough people to help them, you know. I mean, it is really bad, of course, and this is only the start, and at the moment in the UK, as of this recording, there is 6,700 now. That's confirmed, okay, and we got, I think, 300 and something deaths. Now that's confirmed, so how many are going to be not confirmed and just going around with the virus, not knowing, or self-quarantine? You know, the number could be 50,000, it could be 100,000, okay, for all we know. But, you know, this is bad, and, like, quarantine the whole country. Most people, especially the younger generation, like, born in the last 20 years, in fact, people even in the older generation would have never had to, like, do this before. Especially for a virus, you know, like, not really many viruses since, like, Spanish flu, really, came here, and, you know, with that thing, every 100 years, a huge pandemic happens. Well, look where we are now, coronavirus, the next 100 years, but I don't know how bad it's going to get in the UK, but I reckon it will get bad, but I reckon it will peak soon, but it's going to be a while for that yet. And then you got the problem, if people start getting worried, they're going to start looting, pretty much going crazy and stuff like that, and then they're just going to start using the military pretty much and stuff like that. So it's going to be a long bumpy road, and for the people who can't quarantine and you don't want to, and you want to be going out with friends, just think to yourself, why do you want to go out and spread the virus, give it to someone who could have an underlying health issue, and then they die from it? You know, I mean, and also they're trying to buy loads of, like, test kits, so that's pretty good. You know, as long as they keep doing stuff like that, you know, trying to, like, keep the people safe, making sure they quarantine. And if people follow the rules, this could save thousands of lives, as long as they follow the rules of the self-quarantining. You know, don't go out, like, for, like, no reason. Don't go meeting up with your friends. Only go out if it's necessary. You know, there's nothing stopping us from still staying healthy by staying indoors, you know. You don't always need to be out and about. You know, you can always find stuff to do. Like, for me, I'm just going to be on my PlayStation, doing homework and the, like, stuff for school. Easy for me. You know, and anyone else can do that as well. It's not hard, so surely you'd think people would be able to do that. It shouldn't be hard. You know, and if people keep still trying to meet up, you know, at the end of the day, all that's going to happen is they're going to start getting, you know, arrested, and then more people will get that way. But because he's doing this, it's going to save loads of lives. So, you know, I think I've just about covered it all. Now, there was a bit more, so if you guys want to look into it, just go on, like, you can find it all over the internet now. But if you guys did go on to enjoy the video, leave it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.